Hi guys, welcome to Freaking Jeep. My name's John and I come down here. Well, I got a few things to do today. I got to move a basket from up there. I want to try to get some more wood split, like you haven't seen enough splitting wood going on. I was looking at the camera angle. Yeah, last night's the sun really hit that harder than I thought it was going to hit. Every now and then I guess I blocked it and it turned out to be serviceable, but not that great. Apologize for that. Just learning. I would have edited it out, but I don't know how to edit that kind of nonsense out. I can put two videos together, and that's all I know how to do in the editing department, because even when I turn the camera on and walk over here, if I could edit that walkout, I would knock that out to make the videos a little bit shorter. I think they're too long. A lot of people like long ones, and if you like the long ones, then you can watch it. If you like them short, then just watch what you want to watch, and I guess that's what you do. So that gives the ability for everybody to do everything. So anyhow, I was down here looking at this, and this is drooping way down. So I got to fix that. Maybe it's because of the cold. Maybe it's because that's the way it sits. So I have these things here, and these go over the lines to hold it in place. But they're what they call weld-on. So they weld on this little bracket here at the bottom. I guess I can't get it to show you. You weld the bracket on the bottom, and then it's threaded, and you just the right size screw go in. Of course, I can't get it out. There it goes. So you put these on wherever you want it to go, and you weld it. Then these go on top of here and hold it in place. But I think I'm just going to try to drill a through hole on that and put that in there. So that was the plan. But you can't see that they're not labeled very good. So I don't really know what I got, and I got a whole box of them. I thought I had the right one. I thought maybe this one would fit. I have a bunch of these, but when I go to put it on the hose, it doesn't clamp it. See, if you put it on there, I can't see, it doesn't clamp it. And I might go ahead and do that for now and just wrap the heck out of an electrical tape just to get beyond the sagging down until I make another order from this place. That's the same place, Surplus Center. Good prices on things, but they kind of rail you on the shipping, which a lot of people are. So I got a whole box of these things. I guess you can see it. Down to real itty bitty ones. Down to real, well, that one's pretty small, but I think I got a smaller one in there too. I don't know. Smeller one? No, that's the smallest one. Anyhow, this is too small, but you can't find any numbers on them. They don't number them too well. That's, I guess, what makes them less expensive. So I'll have to calculate what they are. So I got to do that. I'm going to go split some wood. I got to fill the Toolcat bucket up. Oh, a lot of people were asking, I get this frequently, real frequently, that the wood splitter, when it goes back in, which you wouldn't think it had to make any pressure, bogs the engine down. And I've kind of explained it in the few times in the past. I'll go over it real quick if I can. I don't do anything real quick. This is a maybe a 2-inch rod, 2 1/8. I don't know what size it is. But when you have the fluid, as much as it's going through there, when you're pushing it back, when it's coming forward, you're filling the whole volume of the tube. Okay, when you're pushing it back, you're pushing the same amount of volume back minus that. So the same amount makes it go back faster than when it comes forward, because I don't know how to explain it, but you're taking all the volume out of that by just pushing the little volume of this minus or plus that. So it goes back faster, so it's multiplying the fluid, is how I understand. The taking care of that would be put a dump valve on it, but this thing's been working for over 50 years, and 50 years ago, nobody even knew what a hydraulic wood splitter was for the most part. So it's been working for 50 years, so I don't plan on changing it. Wouldn't mind changing it, but too old to do that. It works too good for the way it is now. When it retires itself, self-retires, I might think about doing something like that. Anyhow, that's what that is. So I'm gonna load up the wood. I split a little bit more last night after. I guess I split while it's dark. So the pile's pretty good there. I think I should have enough. That's that's poplar over there. This is oak. There's a few more oak chunks over there. A few more up there. This is kind of garbage wood here, in my opinion. It's for a day like today where you don't want to add a whole lot of wood to it. Can you see my flashing light up there? All my trees, all my fruit trees are labeled with stainless steel labels, so I know what they are when it's not. That one just happens to be catching the sun right. Anyhow, we chewed up 5 minutes, so let me go back doing some other stuff so we can get these baskets split up and filled up. And the last video last night also was too dark to see. Somebody wanted to see me load the boiler, so I might go up there and do that. I just loaded it just now, but the tripod was down here, so blah, blah, blah. We'll see you in a little bit. Bye. Hi, guys. Well, I told you to be back here. I loaded that thing up with wood, and we're ready to start splitting like you've never seen that before. But it's what I got to do, and that's all that's going on. I got some poles in the back that I need to cut up, but as long as it's as sticky as it is out here, you got the freeze, you got the frost in the morning, you got, you know, the ground's frozen down a little bit. That makes it slippery, and I just not into sawmilling when it's slippery, but I got to get that stuff cut up. Hopefully next week the weather will break a little bit. So here we go. Haven't run out of gas yet, but it's got to be close. I hear the fuel pump coming on. I see gas in the bowl. bring it back. If I knew how to do a fast speed through it, I'd do that, but I don't know how. So we'll bring it back when I'm a little further along, or get a real ornery one, or get one stuck. We'll see. I'm starting to build, you can see I'm starting to build that row in between with real weird stuff that doesn't stack right. Be back in a little bit. Stay tuned. Bye. The last one. We're all empty. It's about 3 minutes later. Yeah, that's the ticket. Still haven't run out of gas. That thing gets pretty good gas. Log mileage maybe is the right word. Maybe not gas mileage. Gas log mileage. Oh, let's take you over there. Getting a little breezy out, but it's pretty nice wood splitting weather. It's just right. This is all the junk. That's for days. That's for daytime burning when you only want a little bit of fire in there. If you put too much wood in the boiler, it's just like an engine. You remember when you pulled the choke when you were younger, if you were that old, and the black smoke would come out the bottom, or out the stack, or out the exhaust? Well, the same thing. If you overload that thing with wood, you're going to have the same thing. Got my back oddball pieces in there. They were short, so I put them in there. They're kind of like chunks and hunks. And then there are a couple oddball ones down here. This is some daggone good looking wood for me. I'm taking some of the rod off of it, and that's kind of what that is. But it'll burn. Let's see how hot this thing is. I don't have a cooler on it. Ouch, it's hot as a firecracker. But it'll warm my gloves up. So I guess I'm gonna go over and get another batch. We'll go over there and get another batch. I don't know if I'll bring it around when I get it loaded, and then or over here and start splitting again, or I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest with you. I keep you know what I'm gonna do? I'm wore out right now. I'm gonna go over there and drill a hole in that piece and take it easy. That's what I'm gonna do. Take it easy. There was a song, I think, by the Eagles like that. Anyhow, we'll be back in a little bit. Stay tuned for a little bit later. Bye. Hi guys, I told you I'd bring you back. I had to run an errand into town, so I've been delayed an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I had to get some little parts, working on the generator, and a little frustrating. And the brackets, and it's just goofy. Anyhow, I got another load loaded up, and that's a pretty good size load of wood there. I'm all right with that. Listen to that pileated woodpecker over there. Do you see him? He's right there. See him? You see him? You see him? No, you can't see him. Maybe you can. You guys see things in videos that I don't ever see. Anyhow, we got a pretty good load of wood. But I think I'm going to go up in, this is a minute movie, and pretty good pile here. I think I'm going to run up, and somebody asked if they could see me load the boiler. So we'll go up there and kind of take you through the boiler procedure and call that it for tonight. I think I might go into town and get dinner in town tonight. I don't know, kind of wore out. So that's where I'm at. We'll be up at the boiler in about a camera off and a camera on. We'll see you. Bye. Hi guys. Well, if you haven't been here before or know anything about the boiler, it's a boiler I made about 25-30 years ago. I don't even know how long ago it's been I've had. It's way past its life expectancy, but I keep feeding it. It's not very efficient. Well, it is very efficient, but I don't hold the heat into it real well that way efficient. I have a lot of lines that are just, the lines underground when I put it in, nobody had even heard about PEX back then, and so it's just a plastic hose. Now it's PEX, but it was just a plastic hose in the ground in conduit. So I lose a little bit of heat there, but not that much. The boiler efficiency is astronomical. It is a Spencer return tube boiler, which I think I showed you that in the cleaning of it the other day. That's one thing. This is the wood that I brought up yesterday that I meant to show you, but it was too dark in last night's video. It's some pretty good looking. There's a hypoxylene canker if you're interested in that. This wood here has been sitting for, I don't know, if you look at last year's videos, you probably saw it down there. I never got into it, so getting into it this year. Those are the boards I cut for the front. This is the condensate. This is how much condensate. I'll show you. And I just dump it in the bucket back there. I've just about got a whole bucket full. That's what it looks like. Smells like liquid smoke. Now that's on the inlet side. It's not on the stack side or in the breech. That's on the inlet side. And it just makes it like crazy. So here's how I got the setup here, and this is why I like the containers that I got that are the smaller ones, the ones that I'm filling right now, because it fits between, I gotta take you off this tripod so I can move you around a little bit. It fits between this cement piece here and there, and I go from here to here, or from here to here. In the daytime, I like to stack wood up there, so at night, when I don't really feel like doing anything, I can just throw it right in. I keep my gloves up here so they're nice and warm. Yeah, the boiler's down to 150 degrees. I keep my gloves up here so they're nice and warm. An indicator that I need wood is, well, I have the fan off. Okay, you could hear maybe you can hear the fan coming on over this motor. I can hear it, but you can't. Okay, but I have no stack temperature. Okay, I'm going to turn that off because it just blow ashes in you. Another way that I know that it needs wood, or it's going to be close to needing wood, is because the wood, I don't care how dry it is, if it's 15%, you got, you know, a little bit of moisture in there. You can't see the heat waves off of that, but there's no steam coming out. When this goes to idle, it has a direct path to the top. There's no down thing. So if I don't see any steam coming out of the top, it's not smoke, steam coming out, then I know that I need, it's getting low on wood. It's going to need wood. So I'm going to try to put you over here and open the door up, of course, and show you what I do in there. The door is a big door. Like I said, we made this thing. The door is 4 foot wide and 18 inches tall, but that was a mistake. If you're going to make a boiler, you don't need one that big. Because I found out that I don't need anything that big. I can't pick up anything that big. Oh man, I'm trying to get around stuff. I keep my utensils for this tripod ain't working. I keep my utensils. I have a shovel for shoveling out ashes. I have a broom there for riding around if the car breaks, and I have a homemade tool, which is this piece here. So what I generally do, you can't see the ashes in there right now. There's a few in there. It's kind of awkward one-handed it, but I move all the ashes with this, because this goes down pretty deep here. I move all the ashes up toward the air vents. That was one thing we made. It was kind of a mistake when we made this. That we don't have air inlet only on one side, so this side over here stays cold. I mean, it's not cold. I mean, it's hot. Now this also doesn't have much. Now you can see the. I don't know if you can see. If I turn this fan on, you'll see the air start coming out of there. See how, and you can hear the fan now. But see, ashes just come up here and coat you. So then I throw a little wood in there. I throw a little wood in there almost all day long. You can't see it. This is little wood. Now what I do here, you can't see this, there's heat coming off of this. Like I said, it really wasn't efficient. So if I put the stacks of wood in here, that brings them up to temperature, because it takes, if you got a pound of water in there, it takes 1 BTU to raise a pound of water 1 degree. So if I got to raise, say there's still 15% moisture in this wood, if I got to raise, probably in all this there might be a gallon. Okay, it's going to take 8 BTUs for every temperature. So if I heat it up first, and like I said, I could just go boom. I can throw it in real fast here. Oh, the house stopped calling just then. Or I also have my kindling, so I'll throw some of that in there just for the heck of it. Don't really need to. I don't have any real particular way of putting it in. I don't normally put kindling in it. I'm just kind of goofing off. Okay, now I'll get some. I'll put you up here and show you how close it is. Now you can't see it there. The door won't open up any further than it's so free that it'll go closed on the camera. I'm gonna try to put it right here. And you need to be further back than that. So I got to find a way to open this door. Normally I have a string here, but on that last batch that I just took out, let's see if it's going to hit the camera. Hit the camera. So the door's resting on the camera. Now you can see smoke coming out. Of course, it might get knocked off. I think you're still in there. But I can just, no steps. Just throw it in. I usually take a step and kind of. Now I don't want to overfire it because it's still early in the evening. I want it right now. It is, I don't know what time it is. It is 4:15. So I don't want to. I want it to go till 10 o'clock. Or that's when I'll do my come out and fire. 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. So I don't want to overstack it, because like I said, if you put more wood in there, just like it's an engine. That's all it is an engine. And if you overgas or overfuel an engine, it blows smoke up out the exhaust. Well, that's the same thing. So I'm throwing little pieces that'll go up quick. Now if I turn that on, turn the fan on, now she's down to 145 already, and in a minute you'll see flame in there. Let's see how long it takes with that little bit of ashes that I got in there. Sometimes I don't usually have it on, but that's kind of where we're at there. Another thing, while we're waiting for that to come up, I mean, I don't do it. I normally shut the door, but you'll see the smoke start to come out and a sooty roof. Another thing I do is stack these up high. If you got a totes, once you get up to this, I gotta take you off this thing here again. Once I get up to about this level, then I put these 18-inch pieces up here, and that rounds it off real easily to 1/3 of a cord. This is what I've burned since I brought these up yesterday. So since last night, I've burnt that and burnt that. I have to shut that. It's getting too goofy. Too much smoke. Let it go up the stack. But let's see, that's an hour fast, so it's 23 minutes after 5 on that. That'll be in a good flame in about a minute. That'll direct the smoke. Now there should be good smoke coming out of the stack up there, so I know that there's actually wood in there. Some of that is smoke now. I don't know if you can see that. It's smoke. It'll get more. So I'm gonna turn the camera off and bring you back for another minute. I also have my cherry over here, another Those airplanes just always watching me. That's a pretty fast little private one. There's my load of cherry. I put a couple pieces of cherry every time I stoke it in the morning. Like I'll stoke it, put like I'll put 4 to 6 sticks in there, and it'll run several hours on that. And if I put a couple sticks of the cherry in there, then if anybody does get a whiff of the smoke, it smells nice. So let's see if we got any stack temperature yet. I doubt that we do yet. It takes a little bit longer than that. No. So right now it's still at 140. Once that wood lights off and the door smokes and seeps, I don't really care. I do like having the roof overhead, so if I come out and it's raining or snowing, I can play with it. And I also have this plastic that I can just undo. Is all I do is have little hooks here and a hoop. Can you see it? Is all I undo that hook, and undo a hook over there, it'll go out. And then if I think it's going to be, if they're calling for like a lot of snow, I'll bring 2 of these racks up out here just to have, so I don't have to tromp through the snow. All right, we're at 10 minutes in this particular video. We don't have any heat yet. It's gone, what, 2 minutes? So I'll be back in a little bit. Well, I'll stick by. I don't think I'm gonna split any more wood today. Too wore out. Bye-bye. Or be back in a minute. Well, we're coming on up on about 10 minutes. I think it was 28. I don't remember. That's how quick I forget. 28. So now it's been, I think, 10 minutes. Okay, we're up to 180 degrees and rising. Stack temperature up there, you can't see that one. I can't read it either. I think it's 300, a little under 300, 290 or something, or 390. Let me get a little closer. Let's see. No, that's 390. The next number that's coming up on there is gonna, you can't see it. It's gonna be 400 degrees stack temperature. The house is calling, so it's bringing back water right now at 126 degrees. So that's kind of what it is. So it's got pretty good flame in there. It's okay, now we're up to 182. We're coming on 11 minutes. I store my heat in rock, refractory rock in there. There's 4 inches of refractory rock all the way around in there, except for the top. It ought to turn off any time now. And that's what the stack looks like, if you can see it. So it's a clean, nice clean burn now. You've gotten most of the, you know, anytime you first throw the wood in there, it throws a lot of crap. There it's throwing a little crap. But I'm overall happy with it. You got to work with it. If you're a tinkerer, a boiler is a good thing. If you can't tinker with these things, no, I wouldn't recommend it, especially if you make your own. There's a few things that I wish that it did different that would make it a lot more efficient. Okay, it just shut off. So even with the house calling, it satisfied itself as far as temperature. Let's see what it's at. She's at 188, and it'll keep climbing because that rock in there is nice and hot now. So it'll keep giving off heat without fire, because if you're just storing your water, it doesn't, I don't know, it's any way you want. So now we're at 12 minutes. 12 minutes. It went from, I think it was down around here someplace. You look at the video and figure out what it climbed. You can see, can you see that? I guess you can't see it. Maybe I can zoom in. That thing's coming down. It's not very clear. I ain't got a whole lot of light in here, but that thing is steady dropping in temperature. It's down below 200 now. And it'll stay right hot. It'll stay right hot because now the stack is going to be giving off white. The white is the leftover moisture in the wood that you didn't get out. And it boils it out, and that just naturally hot goes up. So it goes through the sea. You can see that now. So if I see that, I know that there's still plenty of wood in there. And I can watch that from one of those windows in there. And what else I got is, if you got a boiler, I'll tell you, the real handy thing, because at night you can't see that unless I turn on the floodlights, is I put, no, I put that Aquastat on there. Never did put the cover back on. It's just quick try it out. But you can put a strap on. They make strap-on Aquastats that just go around the pipe, okay? And what that does is I have a red light up there, so if it gets down to where it needs wood, say I'll be watching TV in the basement in here, and a lot of you old timers that are been around here for 100 years know that about this light. But I just run an extension cord, comes up, goes across there. In the summertime I just wrap it up there and put it on a hook, and then just go plug it in back down there. I just put a plug in it. Pretty sunset, if you can see that. Real pretty. And I just have a old LED red light right there, and it lights up the back of the house. And so if I'm down there watching TV or something like that, or up there, the computer's up in that area there, it comes on, and then I know to come out and it's time that it wants food. So there you can see the steam. That's what that is. That's not smoke, it's steam. It has smell to it. I'm sure it's got smell to it, but it's the leftover moisture coming out of that wood. And if you're wondering, yeah, I'm putting heat in the greenhouse out there. I'm putting heat into this lower garage just by opening the door right now. I got another coil that's in there that I haven't hooked up. So we're looking at the house. The house in conditioned area is 6,000 square feet of conditioned. We don't have 6,000 living space, but we got underneath that back section. See that back section? That's all storage underneath there, but it's accessed from inside the house through another door. That's the room that the furnaces are in and the hot water's in and all that kind of nonsense. So that's me loading the boiler. Now if I open the boiler up right now, it'll have a blowout on fire, so you don't want to open it up right now because it's still giving off all that gas, and you open it up and give it oxygen, and that's when you have a flame out. Now the house took a little bit more heat out of that. And if you didn't know, okay, I got a big section of filters over there, and this pump up here, when I have it activated, when there's none of these pumps running, then that one runs and filters the water, which I'm running antifreeze in there. Because back when I put this boiler together 25 years ago, antifreeze was only maybe $3 or $4 a gallon, and I'm holding 125 gallons of liquid is about what I'm doing. This is my expansion tank over there. That's the expansion tank, made out of an old air compressor tank is what that is. So I hope that answers some questions on that, and I'm going in because it's chilly out here, and probably have one of the only real steam boilers, or boilers. Everybody calls them outdoor wood boilers, is all they are is hot water heaters, really. Leave a comment down below. Is it a hot water heater or is it a boiler? I don't think too many people have their water boiled. This one goes up and boils from time to time. And if it does, that's another thing I do, because I'm heating with rock down there. The heat is maintained with rock. If it overheats, because on a fuel oil furnace or a gas furnace, when the flame goes out, there is no more heat. Okay, but you can't get rid of that bed of coals, and if the bed of coals is so big it'll overheat. I think that's the valve up there that's a dump zone valve, which just dumps heat into the greenhouse. I think I said that on the last one. So hope that covers it all. So it's from there to there, from there to there. Wood, I got over there. I still got every three. There's 8 totes over there, so there's 8. That's, you can figure out how much wood is over there. And then if you didn't know, I store emergency wood in here. Okay, that's about 6 foot high. I forget how wide it is. I think it's about 12 foot wide. I have airspace in here, so it airs out. I think there's 4.5 cords in there. So that's all emergency wood. Emergency wood is wood that you can get to if there's 8 feet of snow, 10 feet of snow, like Buffalo. I sure hope it snows here this year. Anyhow, What do you think? Boiler or hot water heater? That's a thing. And how about 8 foot of snow here this year? I'm ready for it. Somebody I was talking to, or not talking to, commenting to Everything Elliott. And he says, well, snow's fun if you got the equipment. I think I got the equipment. I don't have the biggest snow blower and I don't have the biggest snow plow, but I don't have to do all the roads in Mount Airy either, so I'm pretty much all right that way. So I'm glad you came along. I hope if you got any questions about the boiler, I do have a boiler, or hot water heater, whatever you want to call it. Leave the comments in below. I'd like to hear from you. We're in a cold snap, so it's eating wood. So we'll see you tomorrow. Hope to get some more splitting done. Bye-bye. Boop, boop, boop. That's all, folks. Toodles. That's what I'm supposed to say. See ya.